Hello, internet neighbors. It's the prospiracy theorist here, aka Iggy Badadway, aka Michael Harvey, and this presentation will be about religion. So I think it's very apropos, I guess is a good way to say it, to start out with a prayer. So, good will conquer evil, love will conquer hate. Manas in Lakesh, Namaste, Ubuntu, love. A little love goes a really long way. Just to start out, I've actually studied God and religion more than I have banking. Like I was an altar boy, um, lectern, Eucharistic minister all the way through high school. I studied a lot of other religions when I got out of high school, trying to figure God out because Christianity just didn't seem right to me. I knew too much about crusades and essentially what they did to take this land. Um, and God had nothing to do with it. The crusades, the Inquisition, taking the New World, any of that. Jesus had nothing to do with any of that. So, and I don't want to completely insult people and their religions, but I just want to let people know that I don't really have a religion. I have a personal relationship with God that I see in everything. Like personally, I think the hydrogen atom is God. And that's where the big bounce, not the big bang, the big bounce theory comes from. Is But we're not going to go into all that because I also believe like the sun births planets and like Mercury will slide out to be the next Venus. Venus will become the next Earth, so on and so forth. And yeah, I'm not trying to make anybody believe any of that stuff. Um, I just believe in God, and I hope other people do too. And I want to essentially um, get rid of the advantages of religion. Um, so that God can live again. I think religion has to die so that God can live. But that's just my personal opinion, um, and I'm not trying to force anything. But in order to help fund things and to get work done and to build a new world, I do want to eminent domain all churches, mosques, temples, whatever. Um, So all religions, not just Christian ones. Like all religions who haven't been paying taxes because as nonprofits, they don't pay taxes. So in order to pay for those back taxes on all that land that they've got, we're just going to take it. And then I want to also, and this will be on the government slide, I want to shut down all police and state highway patrol, everything but the sheriffs. Because sheriffs, like we do need some law enforcement, but we don't need multiple agencies um, to enforce law. Like we should have like one set of laws, and that's the problem. We have multiple agencies because there are multiple sets of rules, and I mean we all know it. If you're a billionaire, you don't play by the same rules that people who live in the ghetto play by. Like we all know this. Like I'm not telling you anything that you do not know. I'm just telling you that I've thought of a way to try and change it. And so that's what these videos are about. And so once we eminent domain all the church properties, churches can buy them back if they want. And if they do that, we'll use those funds to help fund the churches that don't get bought back, where the police, the former police, because they're not going to be police anymore, will be working with. We can't force them to work there. We're not making slaves, but we're going to encourage them to work with like the recently released prisoners, because I'm going to release all the um, like non-violent drug offenders and all that stuff. Like, because I think if we give those people like work and they can raise families, because I mean to me, um, growing up in the ghetto, a legit life does not provide for a good life, and we all know this. Like, it's just not the way capitalism works. We've seen it. Like my father um, put 6 kids through Catholic school on a craneman's salary. All my brothers and sisters um, have their kids in public school because they can't afford it, and they and their spouses work. So, like, something is seriously wrong with this picture. Um, and so, I would also like the wealthiest person in the county to buy the biggest church, and the second wealthiest to buy the second biggest church, so on and so forth, to help provide funding so that the police can organize these prisoners and vets and homeless and asylum seekers, all these people that are unwanted right now and are being crushed by capitalism. I want to lift them up and give them some work. I think if they're given work and a purpose in life, I think they'd be good people. I don't think God makes bad people. I think people hurt other people and it makes them bad. That's just another one of my beliefs that I'm not trying to force on you. I just want the opportunity to show it. And I think if we did this, I think people would show what great people they really are. And so, and we can give, like, if churches really want to be like Jesus, they would pay to buy back their church, but then not take it, and then take a room in one of the old prisons that we shut down. Um, that's what I think they would do. And then they would work to help coordinate the efforts from that prison cell or former prison cell. That's what I think they would do. That's what Jesus would do, in my opinion, or Buddha or whoever. But I want to give these churches and these clergymen the opportunity to show us what they're made of. And then going forward, I want all churches and all nonprofits to be taxed. I don't want anybody to be getting out of taxes. If us poor people making less than $2,000 a month have to pay taxes, then I think everybody should. So, essentially, I just want to force churches to take care of people instead of just collecting donations and building churches. Um, you don't hear any stories about Jesus or Buddha going and building churches, do you? You hear about them going and feeding people and talking to people, like from hillsides or whatever. So these clergy don't need these buildings. Jesus would not have built these buildings. And if he did, he would use them to house asylum seekers and homeless people and veterans, etc., the people that are downtrodden. You know it. If you want to look in your heart, you know I'm telling the truth. All right. Anyhow, I enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and have a great day.